Hello everyone and welcome back. I'm Olivia with Olivia's Romantic Home, and in today's video I am so excited to share with you guys 10 DIY Dollar Tree spring garden porch decor ideas. So I love to share with you guys how you can make your home's boutique gorgeous on a budget. That's my puppy dog Benji Bear. He always thinks it's time to talk when I turn the camera on. Listen, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me over my Olivia's Romantic Home Facebook page. And without further ado, go ahead and plug in those glue guns. Get out your glitter and paint, and let's get to crafting. Share with you all how to make this super awesome Dollar Tree Tipsy pot. So you're going to grab 4 Dollar Tree garden planters, and I chose the larger one because I want to make a really large Tipsy pot, and I used an attachment on my screwdriver to drill the holes with. You could also use a hot glue gun, the end of that, and just heat it up. So the next thing you want to do is take a broom handle or any kind of long PVC pipe that you can add to the center of it. And this is just a Dollar Tree little broom handle, and I'm adding a bag of the Dollar Tree potting soil to the base of this. The next thing I had an idea to do was to add numbers to the outside of this. Now you guys can use your house numbers, and this is not my actual house number, but I thought it would be a fun idea to share with you guys this part of it if you wanted to do this. Now I'm using the Dollar Tree poster board stickers, and I'm just going to stick those on and then spray paint over those. I'm using the Rust-Oleum 2X spray paint, and that is really a great spray paint. I've also heard that you can spray a layer of spray Mod Podge on first, then add your spray paint. So I have yet to try that, but I may try that because I did notice that it scratched off fairly easily. But you can also seal it with some Mod Podge or acrylic sealer. Now I wasn't in love with how these letters looked, so I just ended up adding the poster board letters back on and then added a layer of waterproof Mod Podge on top of that. Now for my Tipsy pot part. So I changed to the white Dollar Tree broom handle, and I just shoved that down inside of my pot, and then you take your first pot, you tip it all the way to the side, then you take your second pot and you tip that to the other side. And I did add some rocks on top of my dirt because I don't want my Tipsy pot blowing away. So here's how it looks so far. Now I didn't have foam to put inside of here, and I wanted to add some fake flowers because I haven't really bought a whole lot of real flowers yet. We still have a little bit of frost that could happen, so I'm just holding off on doing any real plants yet. But I did add some of these Dollar Tree fake plants. They have some really nice fake greenery out this year, and it's plastic, so it'll definitely be weatherproof. And so I just added some little pool noodle down in there, and then I'm just placing my little greenery in there, just kind of scattering it about, making it look kind of wild and whimsical. And then I'm using some of the Dollar Tree Excelsior grass and moss mixed together and just adding that to the top. And you can see I bent my broom handle over. It was a little bit too long. I thought I was going to, cascade some ivy down on it, but I wasn't crazy about that. They're really flimsy, so they're pretty easy to bend in half. So here is how it's looking. Let me know what you guys think. This is the first time I have ever made a Tipsy pot, and I felt like it came out pretty good. I did have a little wobble with the back of one of them. I set it on the side of my little patio here, and it flopped off, and so it got a crack in it. So just be careful. These are not the most sturdy pots. You can definitely go to Walmart, and get like a clay pot if you wanted to. But I thought for doing this on the cheap, it came out pretty fabulous. I really encourage you guys to try one of these. It was so much easier than I thought it was going to be. I really thought it was going to be way harder. Anyway, I hope you guys are loving this one. For the first Dollar Tree DIY, I want to show you guys how to make a super adorable little garden gate planter. So from the Dollar Tree, you're going to grab 2 of their garden gates and just trim off the little side pieces and the little bottom pieces. And you're going to want to use some pretty heavy duty scissors to do that. The next thing you want to do is take some zip ties and just zip tie your little 2 garden pieces together. And you should be able to find these no problem. Our Dollar Tree has been putting out all of the fun spring garden stuff, you guys. I'm I'm so excited for some spring dreaming. The next thing I wanted to do was to kind of customize it to make it a little bit more kind of French country, which is the style that I love at my home. So I'm taking this flat Rust-Oleum 2X spray paint, and I spray painted my little plastic garden gates, and now I'm also going to spray paint these little Dollar Tree buckets to match my little garden gate. This is such a fun one to do. Okay, the next thing you want to do is just go ahead and add some hot glue into your little planters, because we are going to use some of those ferns that I just shared with you guys in my latest Dollar Tree haul. I also took a crafting tool and poked holes on either side of these little buckets, and then I'm just going to zip tie the buckets to the little garden gate. And you can also use floral wire, but I have been really crushing on zip ties lately. They're just such a great, awesome hold, and you can get a pretty big pack of them for not too much. So then once you have that accomplished, you guys can really pretty much find any little garden goodie that you want to plant into your planter. Now, these are those Dollar Tree ferns that I shared with you guys. In my last video, I did a Dollar Tree haul with spring goodies, and they come about 5 to 6 to a pack, and I'm pretty impressed with them as far as their quality is concerned. They do look a little bit shiny, of course. They're not totally real looking, but I thought that they were really nice, and you can mix them in to some other style of floral arrangements or whatnot. So you guys are going to have to comment down below and let me know what you guys think about them if you happen to find them in your store. Now, these were not in the spring section, but they were in the regular, like, crafting floral section, at least in my store. I know some stores put them things in different places. The next thing I wanted to do to give it a little bit more of a French country feel was to just distress it with some sandpaper, and I'm just going to lightly distress the little wording on the front and then along the base. Now, that's totally up to you, and you guys can even leave the little iron gates or the little plastic gate black if you wanted to have it look more like an iron look. I also did add in some of that Excelsior moss to kind of fill in the gaps there, and boom, how super fun is this, you guys? This is such an amazing little project, and really we did this on a total budget, so $2-ish. I know it's gone up to $1.25, but a couple of bucks for your gate and your planters, and you have such. I want to share with you this idea that I had to create an extra large outdoor mat. So I'm taking 4 of the Dollar Tree mats, and these are just plain mats, and I flipped them to where the ridge side was up, and then I'm taking some duct tape and I'm duct taping 2 sections together and then duct taping the next part of the section. So I wanted a piece of duct tape for every section, and then I'm taking a piece of duct tape and reinforcing that on all of the sections, and then I do add a crisscross in the center just to make sure that it's nice and steady together. The next thing I did was I just grabbed some fabric from my fabric stash, and this was just a scrap piece of fabric you can tell I've been cutting on, and so then I'm just going to pop it onto my little mat and measure kind of to see the excess bit of fabric. I don't want to waste this. I actually want to take the rest of the fabric and make like a little rag garland eventually, or just use it for another project. I think this kind of khaki buffalo check is really cute. Okay, so once I had that done, I started hot gluing the edge of the fabric onto the mat. Now, I actually made one of these last season, and it worked really great for the season, and this is just a fun little way that you guys can recover a mat and not break the bank, basically. And this is just going to be used for my front porch underneath my little I have a cute little bench out on my front porch, and I was looking on Pinterest and it said ways to make your front porch look cozy, and it said add a mat. And I remember that I had grabbed these Dollar Tree floor mats, and I was like, oh, I have the perfect idea for this. Okay, so anyway, continue to hot glue your fabric onto your mat, and I'm trying to think if there's any other glue that might work like even better. I used hot glue last year and it seemed to hold up just fine. So continue to hot glue as you go, and then just give your little edges a cute little tuck. But again, this isn't going to get really any traffic. It's kind of just more for decor pieces or purposes. And so again, I'm just continuing to hot glue as I go along. And then once I was finished with that, okay, I knew that I needed to waterproof it somehow because we don't want to just leave fabric hanging out. So I did grab some Scotch Guard, and before I Scotch Guarded it, I just used my iron and kind of went over the iron to smooth it down. The fabric, you may not be able to tell in the video, but it was like a little bit wrinkly, and so I didn't want wrinkled fabric. So anyway, and here's that Scotch guard. It's water and sun shield Scotch guard. I actually ordered it on Amazon, I think last fall. I meant to use it on some of my outdoor pillows, and so I've had it floating around in my craft stash, and I just gave it a nice coating. I will tell you to use this outside. It does have quite a bit of an odor, and so now this was in my crafting studio, so it wasn't that big of a deal, but next time I use it, I definitely will be using it outside. So I gave it a really nice, healthy coating, and I will update you guys and let you know how long it's able to last. I thought this was a really cute idea for basically $4 for the mat, and then I already had the fabric, and then I just Scotch guarded it. Now the other thing I did last year with my mat was I used some polyacrylic. I didn't use polyacrylic on this one because I wanted it to be able to dry quicker so I could share with you guys how it looked. But the polyacrylic does make it like really nice and stiff and water resistant. So I will tell you guys which one I end up liking the best. So let me know what you guys think about this. I think it's a cute little idea for underneath this front porch bench. For the first Dollar Tree DIY, I want to share with you all how to make an amazing, beautiful solar powered chandelier. So we're going to take a Dollar Tree wire wreath form and then a Dollar Tree splatter screen and remove the handle. You may want to wear gloves to do that. You're going to poke holes in 4 places around the splatter screen and then take some zip ties and run those through the second rung of the inside of your wire wreath form. The next thing I'm going to do is take some of these garden gate chandeliers and zip tie it to the wreath form. Now I did turn my wreath form upside down. That made it a lot easier for me to do, and it also concealed my zip ties. And you're going to zip tie the garden gate to the outside rung of the wire wreath form. I hope that makes sense. You guys can kind of see the visual of what I'm doing. Now I attached the second garden gate, and then I'm just going to use a couple more zip ties and zip tie that to the wire wreath form. It didn't fit perfectly, but that little end piece I just kind of overlapped. And I did on this second piece remove those little slats at the very end of the garden gate. So have fun with it, get creative. Again, I do recommend using gloves when you're working with the splatter screen in the beginning. I did find that out the hard way and kind of nicked my hand on the top there. But you guys, this is going to turn out so amazing. It's probably one of my most favorite DIYs I have ever done. And I did get this idea from one of our Olivia's Romantic Home Facebook group members. I saw somebody post something similar. It was a garden chandelier and they used these little gates. Now, I don't know that it was the same, but it piqued my interest and just got my wheels turning. So I thought I would try to create something on my own here. And it was actually really sturdy, as you guys can tell. So I flipped it over, and now it's time to add the little solar chandelier part, or the little solar part. So I'm going to take some of the Dollar Tree little solar things, and I'm going to remove the bottom part of it. And then I'm going to take my little box cutter, and I'm going to add just a giant hole. So you want to make the hole large enough to fit down, or for the solar piece to fit down into the chandelier. Now, again, be careful with this part. This needs to be done by an adult only. And those little prongs down there do get kind of sharp. So just be really careful on this part, okay? I just wanted to leave you guys a little forewarning there. Okay, so now that I have that all finished, I did pull the little solar pieces back out, and then I decided to make it a little bit more glam and fabulous. You guys know me, I love to go extra and over the top. So I'm taking this beautiful rose gold kind of bronze spray paint, and I gave it 2 coats of spray paint. The next thing I wanted to do was take one of these Dollar Tree garden chains and add that so I can hang my garden chandelier, and I'm super excited. We have been working on our patio, and I can't wait to reveal it to you guys, but this is going to go out on my patio. In fact, I actually might make 2. Now I'm taking some of these little Dollar Tree greenery leaf garlands, and I used 4, and I just kind of layered them on top of each other. And then just using some Dollar Tree wire, I took the wire and attached it to the wreath form part. Little side note here, I will tell you guys to add your chain last. I kind of learned that the hard way as well. But again, I was just kind of going with the flow and creating this and, trial and error. So you guys get to see the finished product. You don't always see some of the things that I mess up on. Okay, so here is how it turned out. What do you guys think? Oh my goodness. Okay, so I do have this just kind of hanging in my studio right now, but here is how it looked kind of hanging outside on my front part and on a little tree. We are still doing construction on our patio, but I will update you guys and share with you guys what it looks like on the patio. But I am so crushing on this. I hope you guys are inspired to make one. It's so fun. Now this next Dollar Tree DIY is so easy. You're just going to grab a Dollar Tree candlestick and one of their like little small fishbowl looking glasses, and using some E6000 glue or hot glue or both, whatever floats your boat, you're going to add the little bowls to the top of your candlesticks. And honestly, I just suggest using E6000 glue if you have time to let it dry. Now for video purposes, I needed something on here that would dry fairly quickly, and so I kind of combined both of them, but I do find that just the E6000 glue glass to glass really does work the best. So anyway, you're just going to pop those onto the top of your little candlesticks, and then you guys can get totally creative on how you want to use these. You could pop them into your bathroom, put some cotton balls, some whatever you want to that you need maybe on your beauty space. Now I decided to use these on my table, so I'm just going to pop some little Dollar Tree stones and marbles. I love this aquamarine color. I think it's so beautiful and subtle and elegant for summer. And I'm going to make these into like little succulent planters. It's going to kind of go along with my little succulent wreath that I created earlier in this DIY video. And then here is how they look just with the stones. I think they're really pretty, but then you can go one extra step and pop some succulents in and just make them look so beautiful. And I feel like they look really high end. You could even paint the bases of the candlestick if you wanted. Here is how they turned out. Okay, so as always, I asked you guys comment and let me know what was your favorite DIY in this video and which one will you be recreating. Now later on today, I'm going to be announcing the winner of my $100 Hobby Lobby gift card giveaway. So all you guys have to do to enter is answer my secret question, and my secret question is, what is your favorite summertime plant? So drop a comment down below, leave an emoji. I love to hear what you guys love for summer. I'm going to be doing some gardening, hopefully now that all the frost has passed. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, we're going to take 3 Dollar Tree garden planters. I already have one painted white, and then I'm going to take these other 2 and paint them white as well. What I want to create is a 3-tiered garden topiary, but I want this to be inside my home. I really need some garden inside my home to lift my spirits and brighten my day. Comment if you guys feel me on that one. So I'm just taking some Waverly white chalk paint. Really any paint will do if you're going to be using it inside. If you're going to be using it outside, you'll need to use an outdoor paint and seal it. But again, this one's going to be inside. So I'm just giving it a huge heavy dose of the Waverly white chalk paint. So to create my 3-tier potted plant, I am going to go ahead and add a large piece of Dollar Tree styrofoam to the bottom of the pot. And then I decided to take that first layer out and add in some brown craft paper to really stabilize that styrofoam. I'm rationing my styrofoam right now because I'm trying to use everything that I have on hand. So as you guys can see, that brown craft paper works miracles on this project. Now I did decide to go ahead and add some hot glue and then the smaller pot. This is going to be my 2nd tier layer, and you're going to need to use quite a bit of hot glue. Now I'm going to use another piece of Dollar Tree styrofoam and pop that in to this 2nd tier to then add the 3rd tier. Now if you guys have seen these in stores, they're super expensive even for the fake planted variety, but if you guys are doing this outside, you may want to add a wooden dowel down through the center of your pots. Again, this is going to be inside, so I'm not too worried about it. I am going to go ahead though and now do my favorite part, which is the arranging of the flowers flowers. I'm using some Dollar Tree onion grass at the very top, and I'm just going to go ahead and pop that in to the styrofoam, and then I'm using lamb's ear on the other side. When I do these 3-tiered pots, I really love to add in my greenery first and then add in my florals second. And I wasn't for sure if I was going to add florals, but I decided that that would definitely be a good option. So I'm continuing to work greenery in and around the potted plant. I decided to go in with some beautiful florals. I have these white Gerber daisies on hand, and then I'm also layering in some pale pink tulips. I am loving this so far. I think the pink tulips just give me that pretty dainty kind of shabby chic romantic vibe with that hint of spring and just a little bit of sweetness. Again, this is going in my crafting studio. I really wanted it to feel like it was spring and summer inside here, and this is just making my heart smile so much. So I'm balancing the pink tulips. I'm adding several into one side and then offsetting them on the other with some more pink tulips. So I just popped this 3-tiered happy beautiful floral on top of my little cherub planter. It has this little shell bowl that comes up. I got it at an auction years ago, but I have tried to source some similar planters and put them in my Amazon store for you all. And I am just over the moon loving the softness and beauty of the shabby chic. Now, for the next DIY, I'm going to take this large, it's kind of like a toolbox planter. I found it at the thrift store for $3. And then these 2 Dollar Tree painted scrolly gates. These are so beautiful. If you guys see them, grab them. I had painted them white, and then I'm just going to add in this greenery. Again, this was from Michael's. All of this was at the beginning of the spring, so hopefully they have something similar. I'm also trying to link similar items into my Amazon store. If you all are like me right now, you're probably just only doing online shopping for your decor and your goodies. But anyway, I just popped this garland in, and then again, I'm going for a really beautiful shabby chic feel, and so I'm using this vintage angel that I had painted and left outside, so it kind of got really chippy and vintagey looking. And then I added another cherub, and then this pretty little candelabra with the dripping little crystal trebuchets at the top. Again, I will try to link some in my Amazon store as well. First Dollar Tree DIY. I am so excited to share with you all how to create a beautiful Dollar Tree garden chandelier. So starting out, we're going to use one of the Dollar Tree wreath forms and this Dollar Tree splatter screen, and you're just going to unscrew the center part of that splatter screen. Then using some zip ties, we are going to zip tie the splatter screen to the center part of the wreath form. The wreath form is a 14-inch wreath form from the Dollar Tree, and you can just use a crafting tool to poke holes into the little edges, and then you can see the little prongs. I'm zip tying the splatter screen to the little prong where they meet up with the wreath form. Okay, then using a little bit of hot glue and a crafting tool, I'm going to take these little Dollar Tree plastic party cups, and they're supposed to be like wine glasses, but I'm not using this stem base part, and I'm just punching a hole, adding a little bit of hot glue and poking those into there. And then you can put some flickering flameless tea light candles down inside of here, or you could put even some solar lights down inside of here. The next thing I want to do is cover up my zip ties and really create a beautiful blooming garden chandelier. So I'm using this Dollar Tree greenery as well as some greenery that my daughter had bought on Amazon, and she didn't need all of it, so she popped it over into my studio. And you guys know I'm going to snap her up on that. So again, I'm just zip tying the greenery to my garden chandelier. I love using zip ties now. They're like my new favorite thing in the world, especially since we get so much wind here. Up here on our little hill, everything seems to want to tumble about. So these zip ties really have been keeping all of my greenery super secure. You guys can grab zip ties in the automotive section at Dollar Tree. So get your greenery on there, and then you can get super creative and add some blooming flowers. I chose these wonderful kind of draping flowers. Again, these are from Dollar Tree, but you guys could use any florals that you have in your craft stash. And I used about 6 bundles of these. So this is a relatively budget-friendly little DIY. Also, I did try popping my little cups in and not hot gluing them, but they definitely needed some glue. So try some super glue, crazy glue, E6000, or hot glue. It really depends on where you're going to be placing your blooming garden chandelier. If you're going to place it outside, you're probably going to want something that's going to stay fairly well. Next, I'm using the Dollar Tree, a little garden chain, and then now I'm sharing with you guys how this looks with a real flickering tea light, but I don't recommend that because these cups are plastic, but just for video purposes. However, you can go on Amazon and you can even get them at Dollar Tree. They're just little flameless tea lights that are battery operated. So anyway, here is how it looks. I love it. I hope you guys make one. They look so gorgeous, luxury, and height. Now for this Dollar Tree DIY, I want to share with you all how you can make a super cute little kind of like garden box that looks like wood but isn't quite wood, using some of these Dollar Tree faux wood signs. Okay, so I saw these in the Valentine's Day section, and today is actually Valentine's Day, so happy Valentine's Day, my loves. I love you guys so much. But what we're going to do with these is we're going to take them apart because we're kind of done using them for Valentine's Day, and I just bought extra ones. And you can pop those little signs out, and then by adding some hot glue in and around this, I'm going to make it into like a stacked faux wooden kind of garden box feel. So I'm just going to pop these on here, hot glue them. Now, you always can use a bit of a bonding glue like E6000 glue or super glue if you need that for more of a permanent hold mixed in with your hot glue for that temporary hold. Now the next thing I want to do is add in some styrofoam. So I added a little dab of hot glue and popped some styrofoam into my little kind of wooden faux planter box, and now I'm going to use these pretty greenery pieces, and I'm just going to pop them in here to create a beautiful little green kind of floral box. And again, you guys can use pretty much any florals or greenery. I found these last season at Dollar Tree, and I think they're so pretty. I've actually reused them in so many different goodies and things that I've shared with you guys. So I do have a $100 Hobby Lobby gift card giveaway going on, and I would love for you guys to participate in that. And all you have to do to participate in my little Hobby Lobby gift card giveaway is to subscribe or follow my social medias and to answer the secret question. So my secret question for this video is, what is your favorite spring plant? So when you look forward to spring and you're doing some spring dreaming, what do you guys like to garden or plant? And do you like to plant flowers and greenery, or do you like to plant veggies? I would love to hear what you guys are up to for this upcoming bit of spring and how you're doing some spring dreaming. I get so many ideas from everyone on this channel. I have so many creative folks here, and I know even by commenting what your favorite spring flowers are, that might inspire and bless others. I have beautiful irises that come up in my front yard, and I love to plant roses. So here is how the cute little garden box turned out. I thought it was super cute and just an easy way to build like a little faux wooden garden box. And I mean, you see these at the Target dollar spot or TJ Maxx, and they can be $10-15 if you see something like this with the greenery at TJ Maxx. So we made this on a cute little budget. So I hope this inspires you guys, and you guys can also look for the little Dollar Tree crates, and I am going to pop a little quick clip of Benji Bear getting his bark box. He was so hilarious. Oh my goodness. So for this next Dollar Tree DIY, I'm going to use 8 of these little wooden squares, and I want to create a little Dollar Tree kind of planter box. So I'm just using hot glue to glue my little cubes together, and I did remove the little drawer part of the cube, and I am going to save that for another project. And so you could just kind of hot glue these together, and you can always use wood glue, but just for speed purposes, I went ahead and used hot glue, and it seemed to work fine. I don't know, comment and let me know if this is okay to do, but it was working for me, so I went for it. The next thing I wanted to do was glue all my little cubes together. So I'm just gluing them end to end, end to end, end to end, and that's going to create one big planter box. And I'm going to use this in my kitchen. I know exactly where I want to put it, above my Hoosier cabinet. It's going to be so cute. Okay, so once everything is all glued together, you guys can customize this. So grab some chalk paint. I'm using white chalk paint. You can use acrylic paint. You can use stain, whatever decor style you're going for. Paint it and make it look like you guys want it to look. And you guys can use this for anything. You could use it for florals, you could use it for dividing, you could use it for craft storage. So many little options. I am going to make a pretty easy little floral in it with some greenery and a couple of lemons popped in. It's going to be so easy and fun. Now, here's a fun little hack you might want to try. Grab an inexpensive paper plate. I found these paper plates at Hobby Lobby. They were like $5 and then 40% off that. So they were super inexpensive, super cute, and we're going to use them for DIYs. So I'm just cutting out the square that's going to fit the front of my little planter box here, or cute little box. I don't know really what would you guys would call it, but I just cut out squares that size, and I'm going to decorate it with the little lemon plate, which I thought was a pretty fabulous little idea. I feel like I was a little disappointed that Hobby Lobby didn't have more lemon decor to choose from, but I was also excited in the same sense because I knew I could DIY some for my kitchen. They did have cute stuff, and I felt like the best deal was definitely the lemon plates and lemon napkins because I'm going to get a lot of bang for my buck on those. Now I'm taking a stem of greenery from Walmart and then this stem of like little white flowers from Walmart. I think they're $3 and you get a lot on them and they look really nice. And so I detached all of the little stems off of there, or the little end to ends, and I'm just popping them directly into this little box. I didn't want to hot glue anything. I didn't have floral foam with this, so I just cut them short enough to where you could just kind of pop them right in, and hey, it worked perfectly. Once this goes up on a shelf, I don't think anybody's going to mess with it, so I think it'll be fine. But if you guys were to put this somewhere that you needed some floral foam, definitely put floral foam down in there if you need your arrangement to stay a little bit better. But here's how it looks popped into my easy peasy lemon squeezy little summer spring decor idea. I was so excited for this. I feel like it's something that you would see, you know, at Hobby Lobby or TJ Maxx for definitely more than a couple of dollars here. This next Dollar Tree DIY, I'm going to use this pillowcase. I ordered a set of these off of Amazon. They're like $12 for a set of 4. And then I'm taking 4 of these Dollar Tree little foam cushions. They're little seat cushions. I actually bought them to use for summer, but I'm not quite with the tropical all the way summer vibe yet. I think it's not quite hot enough. We don't have our little pool put up yet. And so I want to keep these, but I want to use them for another purpose for now. So I'm just going to take and tie the chair pieces together. So just take all those strings, gather them together, and tie them in like a loose little knot. What I want to create is a cute little seat cushion. This is going to be so easy, and you're probably wondering, well, why didn't you just go buy a seat cushion? Well, seat cushions are expensive, and I only need it for one seat. I have this pretty wicker chair on my front porch. It doesn't have a cushion, and I remembered that I had these seat cushions that I want to use for later in the summer. So I thought, well, I'll grab this. I'm going to Scotch guard it though with some water and sun Scotch guard stuff here. And I had this in my crafting stash from like back in November. I'm finally remembering to use it. And so I just Scotch guarded that really quickly. Now, here's another idea. I knew that I would want to put some cute little summer pillows on my front porch. I really feel like I'm a pillow hoarder. I had these in my studio, these little inserts, and they're kind of like a little flat. They're not super great. So I don't want to ruin them by putting them outside. So I thought if I put them inside of the Walmart bag, this is going to be on my covered front porch. I don't think it's going to get a lot of weather.
I love putting pillows out there, but I have a major problem with pillows. They go flying off the minute it gets windy and we live on top of a hill. So here's my idea, and I will let you guys know if this is going to be a long-term solution. I'm putting a little dumbbell in the bottom of my pillow. We'll see if this is going to work. I also decided to Scotch guard this pillow as well. Please note, take your Scotch guard outside. I was in a little bit of a hurry trying to get these done, and I did notice it was rather fumy once I got done with these. So anyway, that's just a little tip from me to you. Scotch guard your stuff outside. But anyway, I did the same thing with the little blue pillow, put it inside of a plastic bag, popped it into this pillowcase, and then I'm dropping a dumbbell down in here. Now don't worry, this is going to go back behind a flower arrangement. There's a sign, so nobody's actually going to be sitting on these pillows, and I'm going to put them to the back. So if somebody did, remove all of my decor and then try to lean back on a pillow. Anyway, here's a way you can make a quick little pillow with just a couple of the Dollar Tree pads and a little pillowcase. I don't know if you guys are like me, but you have like a lot of these little pillowcases laying around. Again, you can get a 12-pack on Amazon. I have some of my Amazon store in my description box below. So here's my little front wicker chair. There we have it. We have some cute little new pillows on a total budget.
Thank you all so much for joining me on another fun and fabulous crafty decor adventure. It is a true blessing and honor to have you all here. If you all are new, welcome. I'm Olivia with Olivia's Romantic Home. I love to share with you guys how you can make your homes boutique gorgeous on a budget, and I truly believe that y'all don't have to break the bank to have a fabulous, amazing home. Now, for everybody that's been following along recently, I fell and broke my ankle. I am in a walking boot, but I am non-weight bearing, which means I have to be on crutches or my little knee scooter. So that's been quite a challenge getting around daily life. So if you have your mobility and can walk down your hallway and do your own dishes and all that kind of stuff, which I kind of can because I have this little knee scooter, but thank your lucky stars. And if you've been waking up every morning and been able to get out of bed, just thank God, hey, we've got another day on this planet. I want to encourage you guys to be kind online, and if you're on a social media platform, leave kind comments and just be kind to one another. And if you're on this YouTube video, drop some kind comments in the comment section below. Let me know what your favorite spring flower is, or maybe your favorite spring treat. What are you looking forward to this spring? What do you like to garden and plant in the ground? Just some of that kind of fun stuff. So I love y'all. Keep putting one foot in front of the other. Literally, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm hugging all of your hearts so tight. I can't wait for our next video. And until then, remember, be kind to yourselves and be kind to one another. Talk to you guys very soon. Bye-bye.